What happened to the military bases at the beginning of the zombie outbreak on The Walking Dead? Well, we have a story from one of them in particular who had a bunker that could be a very safe place for people to survive, that was even used to pass from one country to another. Yeah, I'm talking about another one of those episodes that were only made available in the internet. The web episodes of The Walking Dead, which in this video I will come to tell another one of these stories. And if you wanna know, stay here and let's go. Hello everyone who watching this beautiful channel, my name is João Victor and I'm back to talk about the Walking Dead universe again, but now it's not about the beginning of the main show, it's not about the main show, let's talk about the web episodes. Yeah, the episodes that we only can watch it online. This one especially about Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, it was a web episode made based on a Fear the Walking Dead story. Let's explain it, but first don't forget to check the like in this video, it helps me a lot with the promotion, and also don't forget to subscribe here if you like more contents about it. Yeah, here's the thing. Let's start with this right away, the name. This web episode that we are talking about here now is Passage. If you don't know, these are the episodes that were only made to promote a few seasons of The Walking Dead and tell some stories, and also they were made to promote Fear the Walking Dead, the first spin-off. And most of these stories are about the beginning of the apocalypse, the beginning of the outbreak. And this time, this episode, Passage, is about a bunker, it's about a military base for refugees after the beginning of the outbreak, but it's a base that isn't very good. We start the episode with a lot of smoke, in which basically from the middle of the smoke comes a person with an anti-radiation outfit, which is another proof of clothes that people wore at the beginning of the outbreak to try to stop the zombies, sometimes thinking that this could stop the infection and everything else, without knowing that everyone was already infected. Yeah, there we see her vision, in this case this woman who is wearing this outfit. We will find out later her name is Sierra. She advanced looking for some things in the middle of a military base that we begin to see that it is completely destroyed and devastated. Yeah, this is the picture of what happened to most of the military bases during the apocalypse in the United States in the Walking Dead story. Here are some soldiers who have become zombies leading against it. But talking about her, when she continues her search, she notices something strange. She sees a strange movement of a woman who appears to be a living person. Yeah, and in this she obviously gets scared. She goes after it. Like at the beginning of the outbreak, you shouldn't trust anyone. In the middle of the way, some zombies appear for her to face, and soon we are thrown into the perspective of this woman who is running away from this person with radioactive clothing. This woman is named Gabby. Yeah, and she seems to be very scared in addition to being hurt as well. She has a sprained ankle. Yeah, in the middle of her path, she continues to run away from this person with the radioactive clothing and realize that she is apparently far away. But in fact, this wasn't the woman anymore. It wasn't Sierra in the radioactive suit. It was a trap that the woman has already set. Here it was a zombie in the clothing. When Gabby turns around thinking everything is fine, Sierra surprises her. The woman simply surrenders to her and asks, "Why are you following me?" And then Gabby answers, "I watched you." She says, "You can kill them." "I can't." And then that kind of a lack of answers, Sierra decides to throw the woman on top of the zombie there. The zombie who is wearing the anti-radiation clothing. To do it, to kind of interrogate her more, to get more information from her, and ends up not getting anything. She ends up having to kill the zombie there and abandons Gabby as she goes away, and Gabby herself says, "Don't leave me." It's at that moment that Sierra turns around with a knife, threatening her, and also asks her what happened to her foot, that she's limping. Gabby at that moment shows and says that she only twisted on the road, and it's a very important point about the beginning of the outbreak in The Walking Dead. Many people thought every time everyone was beaten. Anyone who was hurt, people thought they were beaten. And then after Gabby convinces Sierra, saying that she will even die alone, she leaves and goes on her way to climb a tower there that serves as a fast safe zone. There we see that Gabby also rises and begins her journey in the episode. At this point, Sierra says that there's no place to go, but Gabby asks, "What if I knew a safe place?" What makes Sierra respond, "If you knew a safe place, you'd be there." And Gabby says, "Mexico. It's the best. It's to the south that they have to go." At this point in this episode, both of these characters are located in the border. The revelation is there, a military base on the border of the United States with Mexico. Sierra questions again, saying that the border is full of sick people, full of zombies, because people were passing around when it started. That's when Gabby presents a strategy that she has a secret, a very important important secret. There's a tunnel, a passage, literally, which is the name of the episode. She reveals that her boyfriend was from the border patrol who went ahead to see if it was safe and everything. So he managed to get this passage, this information about this passage. Sierra questions a few more times, but then when they talk a lot, the two end up leaving there and continue their journey. She ends up being convinced. There we see the two talking, and we see that Gabi is also a person of great questions. Asks Sierra where she's from, and she reveals that she's from Los Angeles. And if we talk about Los Angeles, we can remember about Fear the Walking Dead, the show. There's a great connection with the characters there, that the first season started there. But going back to the web episode, it reveals, that they left, the military arrived, and reinforced the point of the bombs, that the military arrived and threw bombs in Los Angeles. Gabi says in the middle of the conversation, "I'm sorry that you are not the only person who has lost someone." She reveals that her sister did not survive, and then comes the moment of challenge. Sierra says something to try to train and qualify Gabi for situations against zombies, and she already speaks. She tells her to aim for the head, the way it should kill, which should hit the zombie's brain, the way we know that we can kill zombies in the Walking Dead story. And then they arrive at a part of the base, which we can already see the border wall. They cross a fence in a part that would apparently be under construction, but that's where the problem appears. Arriving in this area, Gabi comes across a former worker there who is zombified, who advances to attack her. You can see that he has a chain holding his neck. We don't know where does this chain come from. Precisely Gabi's boyfriend, who is proven to be alive, did it. And this time Sierra tells Gabi to attack the zombie, to kill the zombie, to improve her skills in this apocalypse. In the first moment, she can't do it. She is resisted. She can't kill the zombie. When she's taking courage, she's close to kill the zombie. The head of the zombie explodes. And when we see who killed the zombie is Colton, who is Gabi's boyfriend. They hug. There's a reunion. It's supposed to be beautiful, a good scene, but at the same time, it's somewhat dubious reunion. We can see by the face of Colton. He already takes a look at Sierra, that Sierra, even though she doesn't know him, already realized that his nature is not good. And we follow that. Sierra tells him that the shot he took will attract more zombies. They need to get out of there. And he says that she is right, that they are going to hide, which is the passage he found. They enter there in a container. He directs Gabi to a hole there, which is precisely a bunker, so they can pass to another side. And that would also be a safe place, we learn, and even promise Gabi that he will let Sierra go down. But after Gabi comes down with an injured foot and can no longer interfere in the situation, he tries to stop Sierra from following. He says that he can't take that risk, that she knows about the bunker, and that she could be a danger to them, insinuating that he will kill her, and that's when Sierra reacts. They fight, she knocks him down, stabs him in the leg, and in the end manages to run down to Gabi. Gabi, without understanding, makes Sierra reveal that he tried to kill her, that he is not trustful, that she's of no use to him. Sierra tries to make Gabi to understand this, and they continue to advance. Colton yells from above for them not to move, for them not to advance, for Gabi to stay there because it's dangerous, precisely because we had a bomb. There are mines set up there, apparently. And when Sierra advances, she falls there on a wire. She trips over the wire, which blows everything up. Not blowing everything, it's the way of saying because the scene generates this feeling. But in the end, it only generates some caves in, some injuries for Gabi and Sierra, and there's even time for Colton to get down and hold Gabi, saying that he's going after Sierra to get her. In this, we see a chase in which Sierra is forced to flee there in the bunker locations, is forced to hide and go after places there she doesn't even know, while Colton continues to search and make Gabi's head, trying to convince her that Sierra is not trustful. We can see that he always manipulated this girlfriend of his, but she responded, "Oh, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for her. She helped me." And Colton says, "Don't trust anyone except me." And then some sinister things happen. At that moment, we see Sierra, who she hides in a place, apparently in a small mining wagon that is there, and inside there are zombies. We see that a zombie attacks her, and there's no result of what happens, while Colton is still advancing. At that moment, others appear, who were former police officers of the guard there, who protect the border of the United States, who are with him and don't know that Gabi is with him. It's not zombies, it's living people, some friends who were with him. Colton even asks Gabi to hide, and then the revelations to her that he doesn't need need her start to get out. He can't even reveal that he's with her to his friends. At that, when Colton comes back to check what happens to Gabi, she catches it and confronts him. She says, why did you lie to him? Like, why didn't he tell the soldier that she was there with him? So he begins to bring some revelations. He says that this is more than a passage. If we stay down there, we will leave. Really, it's a place to survive. And she takes it and says that he lied to her. Points a knife, threatens. Meanwhile, we see the other guards who were there already ahead, going to the other side, to the other exit of the bunker, when suddenly one of them is surprised with a cart passing through the tracks inside and stopping next to him. And when he and his companion go to check, they open it and it's revealed Sierra along with the zombies she had found. She throws the zombie at one of the guards and the other she attacks. In the end, it's crazy. She manages to beat them both. They both die. And then in the meantime, the situation gets more sinister with Gabi and her boyfriend. He keeps talking, trying to convince her because she needs him. And when she leaves, saying that she can manage on her own, walking, he decides to knock her down. Gabi screams, asks Sierra for help while she's almost leaving the bunker, and she decides to come back to help. And that's when the scene cuts and we see a scene where Colton is pointing the gun at Gabi while she's pointing a knife. It's not a favorable situation for Gabi. At this moment, we hear the truth. He says, you are not worth it, honey. Like bringing the truth that Sierra had predicted for Gabi before. And at the end of everything, when he's ready to shoot, we have the appearance of Sierra by surprise, who hangs him, drags him, holds him, so that Gabi herself takes the knife and takes action. She stabs Colton, literally screwed and scared too. Colton dies there. And then we go to the last part, when Sierra tells Gabi, you did what you had to do. Like at this point, Sierra and Gabi are together. Now they have a new partnership formed. The two go down there, pass very cautiously next to a zombie that is eating the body of one of the guards there, and decide to go up to get out of the bunker, to get out of the passage there. At that moment, when the two leave, we have the revelation that they managed to get to the other side of the border. They arrived in Mexico. The interesting thing is that it's ironic in real life, a passage in rivers, that in real life some people do crazy things to go to United States from Mexico, and there we have the rivers with the two taking each other by the hand going to Mexico, because Mexico will be a safe place now. So we have the last scene of the two taking each other by hand. This scene proves us that they are partners now, and even they are very screwed, but it gives us an idea that they follow this trail together, hand in hand, and basically that's it. This is the end of the web episode Passage, which is another one which ends with living characters, and we don't know the whereabouts of the story so much. We don't know what happened to Sierra, what happened to Gabi after that, although we have a reference there. In this video, I'm going to do something different. I want to know who among you who is watching got the reference, including my images that I showed here. Go right in the comments and I will make a video about it later, something complementary to. Also, right there, what do you think about this web episode? If you liked it, if you found it interesting, if you like more stories about the web episode, don't forget to check the like in this video. It helps me a lot with the promotion. And also, don't forget to subscribe in this channel so you don't miss anything about the Walking Dead universe and many other shows. As I used to say in all my videos for the newcomers, thank you for your patience with my English because it's not my native language, but I'm trying to practice and improve it. So thank you for watching this video. I'll be back soon and bye.